Hi, I'm Ronnie Garvin at Mountain Empire. This is your wrestling.
Welcome to Southern States Wrestling Power Half Hour. I'm your friend here, Misty James, in Bluefield, West Virginia. Get ready. Southern States Wrestling is coming back this Saturday night, October the 10th, at the Bluefield Auditorium. It's going to be a great night of wrestling action. We're going to have some door prizes to give away, and some lucky fan is going to walk away with some money. Now, let's take it to Joe Wheeler and the action.
Action and excitement as always here. Southern States Wrestling fans, we're glad you're tuned in, turned on, and checking out Southern States Wrestling as we got a tremendous matchup in the ring for you as the Iron Cross and Bulldog Mac, your current Southern States Wrestling Tag Team Champions, taking on Stan Lee and Scott Sterling. And a great tag team matchup here for you this week, wrestling fans. We're glad you're tuned in and checking out Southern States Wrestling as we've got the tag team champions in action right here for you this week. Should be a tremendous matchup as always, as Bulldog Mac got caught up there as he was walking across the apron. Iron Cross just took care of Stan Lee, and he is already out on the floor here, fans. Want to remind you, be sure to join us this Saturday night, Bluefield, West Virginia, Southern States Wrestling Fall Spectacular for the two Virginias. It's going to be a tremendous night. Fans, you want to be sure to join us. History will be made in Bluefield, West Virginia this Saturday night, October the 10th at the auditorium. Frank the Tank Parker will be taking on Bam Bam Erickson. And of course, Erickson is being sent in, paid, if you will, by Scott Sterling. And should be a tremendous matchup. These two guys are both 300 pounds, both big, mean, nasty individuals, and know how to hurt somebody and do so fast. So it's going to be a tremendous matchup this Saturday night, Bluefield. Iron Cross taking care of business right now. Got Stan Lee, big hip toss on Stan, and follows it up with one on Scott Sterling as well. Got both men in. Bulldog Mac right there, exploding over the top rope. Big double clothesline as you see the tag team champions celebrate right here. A big, big move there by Bulldog Mac. And Mac's not done as he dove out right there between the second and the third rope, taking Scott Sterling out at ringside here. Man, I tell you what, Bulldog Mac puts his body on the line every time, stepping in that ring with these high-risk, high-flying maneuvers. What a tremendous competitor he is, and what tremendous champions he and the Iron Cross are here in Southern States Wrestling, our current tag team champions. As you see Scott Sterling and Stan Lee both down on the ground, they're both in trouble. We're coming to you from Castlewood, Virginia at the Russell County Fair. This great matchup is. And I tell you what, Scott Sterling, Stan Lee, they got their hands full with the tag team champions. No question about that. Bulldog Mac and Scott Sterling, Iron Cross and Bulldog Mac. As Scott Sterling now making his way back into the matchup here. And never underestimate Scott Sterling. He is a tremendous competitor as well. Multi-time tag team champion here in Southern States Wrestling. And Stan Lee and Scott Sterling both have traveled extensively, been all over the world in professional wrestling. And both of them wily veterans, to say the least. As they've locked up collar and elbow, Scott Sterling now has Iron Cross back in the corner and catches Cross right there. Irish whip coming up to the far side as Bulldog was able to block that, and Iron Cross came out, caught Scott Sterling, now turning the tables on him. He's got him in the corner as Stanley tried to save Scott, backfired on him right there, and Iron Cross caught him with a big boot. Iron Cross is a one-man wrecking crew at this point in time, and Scott Sterling right there right into Stan Lee. These guys are not in a good place at all. Bulldog Mac with a big monkey flip right there. Action and excitement all over the place here as Iron Cross and Bulldog Mac definitely taking care of business at this point in time in the contest. Double arm ringer here as they've got Sterling in trouble. Got him wound up. Tag team maneuver coming up here. Big elbow delivered by both men as Cross and Mac. I tell you what, beautiful double drop kick a la the Rock and Roll Express right there. Bulldog Mac, Iron Cross taking care of business, showing you why they're the tag team champions here in Southern States Wrestling, working as a finely tuned machine here. Iron Cross, Bulldog Mac again, double team maneuver on Scott Sterling, taking care of business and getting it all done within that 5 count. Cross and Mac now having a little fun here as they definitely got Scott Sterling and Stan Lee in a tremendous amount of trouble. Iron Cross now snapmares his man back out center of the ring, takes that arm into an arm bar, and he's got Scott Sterling grounded, at least for the time being. Fans, you want to be sure to join us. Don't forget it. We can't remind you enough. This Saturday night, October 10th, Bluefield, West Virginia, the Two Virginias Fall Spectacular. We appreciate everybody watching us on the Two Virginias CW every Sunday at 12 o'clock on the Two Virginias CW. And you want to be sure to join us this Saturday, October 10th, Bluefield at the Auditorium. We got a pin in the ring. Iron Cross got Sterling down, but he's in the ropes. That's going to break things up here. Scott Sterling here just kind of taking a moment there, I guess, trying to get himself untangled from the ropes. Iron Cross right there just nailed Stan Lee. He'd had enough of Stan in that mouth. I tell you what, if you've ever been at ringside and Stan Lee's in the ring, it is non-stop. As Bulldog Mac now got Scott Sterling in control, takes him Irish whip in, caught him with that big elbow. Scott Sterling now in trouble as Bulldog Mac rolls him over, referee's in, and got a 2 count on that one. As Bulldog Mac, got caught right there. A clubbing forearm blow right across the back of the head. Stan Lee now in taking care of business as well. Stan Lee, Irish whip on Bulldog Mac here. Dropped his head too early. Bulldog rolled over him. Caught him right there. Laying in those chops now. Bulldog, Irish whip comes across. Leapfrogs his man. Up and over goes Stan. That moment of hesitation. That's all it took. Stan Lee put the brakes on and Bulldog Mac had set up for that drop kick. It was too late. He was in the air. Now Stan Lee and Scott Sterling going to work on Bulldog Mac as Iron Cross tied up with the referee here on the near side of the ring. As referee trying to do his job, and it's double tough in there when you're calling these tag team matches and you've got competitors going at it from all different angles and perspectives. Scott Sterling continuing to control Bulldog Mac as he has got him in trouble at this point in time, making that tag. Here comes Stan Lee back into the matchup. As Stan Lee and Scott Sterling have things firmly in control over the tag team champions, at least at this point in time in the contest, fans. As you see, Stan's got a modified camel clutch going here on Bulldog Mac. Definitely a chin lock. Bulldog Mac now regaining his feet, trying to work his way back up. This great crowd on hand in Castlewood, Virginia. Russell County Fair cheering Bulldog Mac on, but to no avail. Stan Lee back in. He's got a cover, but a rather arrogant one. That one knee across the chest ain't going to work too well for a competitor like Bulldog Mac. Stan now with a bear hug. Shifting his focus here a little bit to the lower back of Bulldog Mac. I tell you what, the bear hug is certainly an effective maneuver as it just squeezes the life right out of you. Depletes the body of the oxygen as well. Bulldog hammering, clubbing, fighting. He's made it into the corner, but the referee is tied up over there. Fans, we've got to take a commercial break. We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be back with more Southern States Wrestling.
Hey everybody, this is Jim Cornette. You're watching Southern States Wrestling Mountain Empire. This is your wrestling.
Calvary Baptist Church, 1238 Pine Street, Kingsport, Tennessee. Regular schedule of services: Sunday, 9:15 a.m. for Bible study fellowship class for all ages. 10:30 a.m. worship. 6 p.m. Blast for Children, Wake for Youth. Sunday Night Life for Adults. Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Children and Youth Activities. 3D Bible Study for Adults.
If you are part of a non-profit organization, listen to this. You now have the opportunity to bring the wrestling TV stars to your town and make money for your group. Over the past 2 decades, Southern States Wrestling has helped raise money for church groups, schools, ball teams, volunteer fire departments, children's hospitals, Ronald McDonald House, scout troops, and many more. Our staff is waiting to hear from you and get started on what could be your biggest fundraiser to date. Southern States Wrestling and your group are the perfect tag team to raise the funds you need.
Southern States Wrestling presents the Two Virginias Fall Spectacular this Saturday, 7:30 p.m. at the Auditorium and Youth Center in Bluefield, West Virginia. The main event is a battle of the brutes. Frank the Tank Parker battles against Scott Sterling's hitman, Bam Bam Erickson. Anything can happen when these two wild men collide. Bo James puts the TV title on the line versus an up-and-comer in P.D. Lawson. Bo James will do anything to win, and P.D. Lawson has scored some big upsets in recent months in Southern States Wrestling. It's anything goes as Equalizer Crunch puts the Street Fight title on the line versus Eric St. Clair. Two top young wrestlers face off in hopes of moving up the rankings as Sean Cruz tests his abilities versus the popular Nate Diamond. All of this plus women's champion Misty James and much, much more. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. Bell time is 7:30 sharp. It's also giveaway night. Many lucky fans will win great door prizes, including DVDs, action figures, t-shirts, and one lucky fan will walk away with cold, hard cash. This Saturday night, Bluefield, West Virginia, at the Auditorium, Southern States Wrestling Fall Spectacular. Be there! Back in from commercial, fans, as Scott Sterling had got Bulldog Mac reverse chinlock position on the canvas here. You saw the tag was made right before we went to commercial, but the referee didn't see the tag, and during the commercial break, Scott Sterling and Stan Lee were able to control Bulldog Mac, keep him over in that corner, and now you see he is grounded in the center of the ring, and Scott Sterling just trying to wear this young man down best he can. Bulldog Mac, though, fighting back up. He's on his feet, and Sterling right there, probably with a handful of hair, took Bulldog Mac right down. You see the referee questioning him about it at this point in time, as referee's trying to control these things best he can. Fans, don't forget October the 10th, this Saturday night, Bluefield, West Virginia, at the Auditorium, Southern States Wrestling Fall Spectacular. Frank the Tank Parker taking on Bam Bam Erickson in a huge matchup. Bulldog Mac with a crossbody right there on Stan Lee. He may have him. Got a 2 count only on that one. As, oh my, took his head off with that clothesline. Stan Lee has got Bulldog Mac in trouble here. Tag team maneuver coming up. Sterling and Lee. Oh, big double clothesline there. They've got Bulldog Mac in a bad way at this point in time in the contest, folks. But want to remind you again, this Saturday, Bluefield at the Auditorium, Frank Parker, Bam Bam Erickson, Bo James will defend the television title. Misty James will be there in action. Lots going on. Bluefield this Saturday. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be historic. Fall Spectacular Southern States Wrestling. Stan Lee has made the tag back into the ring. They have got Bulldog Mack in a bad way here. He has desperately got to get over and make that tag. Stan raking the laces across the eyes there. That is an old but effective maneuver right there. Now they've got him set up here. Tag team maneuver coming up. No, he ducked under it. Handsprings into a double elbow and caught Sterling and Lee with those elbows. Bulldog Mack, now is the time. He's got to get over and make that tag. The Iron Cross is rested. He's ready. He's raring to go. Bulldog Mack has got to make that tag. This is the time right here. The fans are cheering him on. This match is coming to you from Castlewood, Virginia at the Russell County Fair. And all you folks from Castlewood, Bluefield, throughout the whole area, get over to Bluefield this Saturday night, October the 10th, 7:30 at the auditorium. It's going to be huge. You don't want to miss it. The Iron Cross now coming in, fist of fire. He's got them bouncing on both sides now. As Bulldog Mack was able to make that tag. Iron Cross now, he is a one-man wrecking machine in there. Bulldog Mack now making his way back in. He's got Scott Sterling in one corner. Iron Cross has got Stan Lee in the other. And it's time to pay some dues here, boys, as they are laying in those shots on both sides. The fans are counting along here as the Iron Cross and Bulldog Mack, your current tag team champions, you're showing you why, as they have got things well under control at this point in time in the contest and taking care of business. We got a pinfall as Scott Sterling broke that up. Iron Cross almost had a pin. Scott Sterling now opening up on Cross. This thing could go anywhere and real fast. Fans, be sure to join us this Saturday, October 10th, Bluefield, West Virginia at the auditorium, 7:30 p.m. Don't you miss it. You'll miss history if you do. We've got a pinfall attempt in the ring. Bulldog Mack with a kick right there. Iron Cross rolls up Stan Lee and the referee's in, and we've got a 3 count. Your tag team champions, the Iron Cross and Bulldog Mack, are your winners in this contest. Fans, we'll see you this Saturday night, Bluefield, West Virginia. You be there. It's going to be a tremendous night. Frank Parker now has got some words about this Saturday in Bluefield. Let's go now and hear from Frank the Tank Parker about this Saturday night.
I'm on a mission. My mission is to take care of these 2 guys standing behind me, Travis and Curtis. My heart and my soul. I open my home up to them. I open my life up to them, and they're everything that I fight for. I go to the gym every day and I train thinking about these guys. Every day I get out of bed and my #1 priority is to make sure that these 2 guys behind me have everything they need. My mission is clear. Bo James, Scott Sterling, it don't matter who it is. Every day I get out of bed and my #1 priority is to make sure that these 2 guys behind me have everything they need. My mission is clear. Bo James, Scott Sterling, it don't matter who it is. I'm coming to take care of business. But most importantly, I'm coming to take care of my boys. You're going to be welcomed to our fine world.
Missy James, she's fucking going #1!
Hello everybody, my name is Dirty Dutch Mantell and Mountain Empire. This is your wrestling.
This Southern States Wrestling program is brought to you in part by Lance Dykes Life Insurance. Lance is an independent agent in Tennessee and Virginia. It's never too late to protect your family and set up a no-pressure appointment. Lance will be happy to meet with you and work with you on policies that fit any budget. With final expense, whole life, and term insurance. Lance provides insurance for top name carriers. It's never too late. Protect your family now. Contact Lance Dykes Life Insurance.
There is a place where getting away from it all means getting closer. Where being unplugged means you reconnect. Where time flies when you're flying too. Where you're never too old for bedtime stories. Where what you discover around the next bend is each other. A place where there truly is something for everybody. Find your wild and wonderful in West Virginia. Visit gotowv.com.
When you're out there in the heat of the moment and you want to hit the outside corner with the pitch, if all you think about is, I'm going to hit it right there, that's the last place it's going to go. It's almost the same in life. The more you try and grip control your life, the more it gets out of your control. That's a struggle of mine. When I kind of relinquished all control of my life was the day I got drafted. I just remember thinking, wow, I don't have to control anything.
Attention Mountain Empire. Do you have a business, website, products, or an event to promote? Let us help you reach the masses with TV and internet ads. For just a few dollars a week, we offer commercial spots on Southern States Wrestling, reaching over 150,000 homes in the Mountain Empire and the world with YouTube. Don't wait. Jump on this opportunity now to reach a large audience for an affordable price. Email sswking@aol.com for all the info. Advertising packages you cannot afford to pass up.
Southern States Wrestling presents the Two Virginias Fall Spectacular this Saturday, 7:30 p.m. at the Auditorium and Youth Center in Bluefield, West Virginia. The main event is a battle of the brutes. Frank the Tank Parker battles against Scott Sterling's hitman, Bam Bam Erickson. Anything can happen when these two wild men collide. Bo James puts the TV title on the line versus an up-and-comer in P.D. Lawson. Bo James will do anything to win, and P.D. Lawson has scored some big upsets in recent months in Southern States Wrestling. It's anything goes as Equalizer Crunch puts the Street Fight title on the line versus Eric St. Clair. Two top young wrestlers face off in hopes of moving up the rankings as Sean Cruz tests his abilities versus the popular Nate Diamond. All of this plus women's champion Misty James and much, much more. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. Bell time is 7:30 sharp. It's also giveaway night. Many lucky fans will win great door prizes, including DVDs, action figures, t-shirts, and one lucky fan will walk away with cold, hard cash. This Saturday night, Bluefield, West Virginia, at the Auditorium, Southern States Wrestling Fall Spectacular. Be there!
All program long, you've been hearing about this coming Saturday night, Bluefield, West Virginia. But I want to talk about October the 8th, this coming Thursday night, Hazard, Kentucky. Earl Field, somehow 3 months in a row, you have survived to keep coming back. If you're going to go through this world stupid, you better be tough. This coming Thursday night in Hazard, Earl Fields, we're going to find out just how tough you are, because I already know how stupid you are. Also, this coming Friday night, October the 9th, Misty and I will be back up there by Lexington, Kentucky, and Irvine, Kentucky for a big card, and then we're going to roll right into Bluefield, West Virginia. What a card they've put together. Sean Cruz and Nate Diamond, two top young stars going at it. Misty's going to be there, and I'm going to defend the television title against a young man by the name of P.D. Lawson, who has scored a few upsets over the last few months. But let me tell you something. You haven't been in the ring with me to score those upsets, because every time you've been in the ring with me, I have left you laying. This coming Saturday night, PD, I'm going to knock you out, and then I'm going to walk right back down that aisle with Lance Bam Bam Erickson, and I'm going to look across the ring at you, Frank Parker, and that big, ugly, bald head of yours, and I want you to understand this. An agreement has been made between myself, between Scott Sterling, and between Bam Bam Erickson that he is going to get the job done. Now, the championship committee and Joe Wheeler have held up the suspension of Scott Sterling. He can't come to Bluefield. Maybe we just sneak him in the building like we did the other guy that helped us hurt you and put you down for a little while, Frank Parker. Maybe it's somebody in the same dressing room with you. You don't know what we're putting together building this army, and everybody's going to find out in Bluefield coming up here just this Saturday night. And then when we get done in Bluefield, we're going to make a big announcement right here next week about the return to the Tri-Cities of Southern States Wrestling. Well, I can tell you this, Frank Parker ain't coming back to the Tri-Cities. This Saturday night, the Two Virginias Fall Spectacular. I tip my hat to you, Bam Bam Erickson, because I know you're going to get the job done, and I would love to climb in the ring with you myself, Frank Parker, but they won't let that happen. But that's all right. We have picked a man, your student, your #1 student that you helped get started in this profession, Mountain State champion, West Virginia champion, all these titles that the two of you have held, and you better understand that Lance Erickson knows that you, Frank Parker, are the one that has held him down all these years. This coming Saturday night, it's going to be a historic night. Bluefield Auditorium, a historic building, and I have wrestled there many, many times over the years. This coming Saturday, it's going to be a great night because you, Frank Parker, are finished.
There you have it, wrestling fans. Another great episode of Southern States Wrestling Power Half Hour. Now remember, Bluefield, West Virginia, this Saturday night, October the 10th, at the Bluefield Auditorium. We're going to have some great giveaways, great wrestling action, and some fans going to walk away with some money. Now, stay tuned next week, same time, same place, as we make the huge announcement about Southern States Wrestling coming back to the Tri-Cities. God bless everyone. Love you all, and I'll see you ringside.